hang in there with me, okay? Today I started talking about, for social media, about my book, The Case for Hope. And I'm going to give a little blurb from the book. And then something else happened which made me know, stick with this and send this message today, because there's got to be somebody out there who this is meant for. Okay, so with that premise, here's my book, The Case for Hope. And my idea today was just to talk about a little part in here, chapter 1, and it says, waking up. It is possible for an event such as a frightening diagnosis to awaken us from what we once considered normal daily activity. It can enable or perhaps force us to consider our priorities in a different way. Alarming events can create an opening to something more deeper in ourselves, a fresh look at our lives. It's a strange reality that for some of us, getting sick might be the only way to wake us up. I wrote that, I don't know, what is this now? A while ago, 4 years ago for this book. And it is so true. This value of this moment that we have. There's only one moment. I've talked about that before. There's not the past, there's not the future, there's just this moment. And energetically, you really can only live in this moment, but we allow ourselves to focus on these other things. But when you are laser focused on this moment, you can start to see things more clearly. What is the most important aspect of you? The way to get into this zone, to focus it, you can start to breathe, just breathe. Calm yourself down just a little bit, slow down. Slow down, and then you become alert, and you might think how you feel. You might be thinking about how you feel, how people are around you. You're just observing, just like you can see a cat observing the trees or another cat. You're just observing. This is how you're getting more centered into this moment that we only have. So you're being very present. This is not auto life. This is intentional. Quiet myself. Be in this space. Feel this space. How do I feel here? What's around me? What do I like about that? What I don't? Just seeing it. Don't judging. You're just observing. And you do it right now. You could do this right now. So now here's where the synchronicity. So I've been working on it this morning. And then my friend, he does a podcast, and he, great guy, he sends stuff all the time. And he sent this thing today. And this is Mike Kearney. And he sent this thing about, we spend our 20s working, trying to make money, grinding hard to make all the money that we can. And then our 30s, we're juggling because we've got kids and mortgages, and we're still trying to move up. And then he says, the lucky ones, there's a moment or an event that makes them stop for a moment and pay attention, right? And then he says he had 3 situations like that. And he was a high business, very successful businessman. And he had 3 events that happened. By the 3rd one, he's like, I got to make changes in my life, right? His wake-up call, he had 3 of them. But he says, if you haven't considered this question, you might want to because you can't get it back. You can't get this time back again. And then he says, we work our butts off only to find fleeting time to live the life we were meant to. Like, that is a synchronicity moment. So I said, okay, I'm going to finish this video because his thing came in. I was thinking it was in my heart today. And the message today is about appreciating every moment that you have. And it doesn't mean everything has to be peachy keen, but there is this moment, and it is only this moment, and to guard it carefully and honor it. I think that's my message today. I hope you like it.